Right then, I have started, so I shall finish. It is often said that in the villages of Isaan, the modern homes and the shiny new pickup trucks are not funded by traditional farming. They are funded by daughters the community publicly shames. Behind every judgmental whisper lies a secret truth. These women are the invisible bankers of rural Thailand. What if the person your society calls a disgrace is actually the only reason your family has a roof over its head? Today, I am exposing the uncomfortable economic engine that keeps a dying tradition on life support. I suppose I should start by setting the scene for you, because if you have not been to Isan, you simply will not understand. I live in a little village out here in the northeastern part of Thailand. It is the kind of place you see on the postcards. Emerald rice paddies stretching to the horizon, water buffalo lazing in the mud, and the smell of sticky rice and grilled chicken wafting through the air at sunset. It is idyllic. It is peaceful. However, it is, if you will pardon my French, a complete and utter financial lie. The rice farming, you see, it barely keeps the lights on. The government's statistics tell you one thing, but the reality on the ground tells another. The 2026 economic reality is that this postcard perfect life is largely funded by what I like to call grey money. It is money that arrives in envelopes or through bank transfers, and occasionally in the form of a new concrete house or a pickup truck that appears in the driveway of a family that, quite frankly, has not worked a day in years. Besides, who sends this money? Well, that is where the hypocrisy kicks in, is it not? You see, while society is busy performing its ritual shaming, whispering behind hands at the market, tut-tutting at the temple, there is a quiet, unspoken agreement happening. The daughters who have left for the cities or for faraway lands with Farang husbands are the ones paying the bills. They are the invisible bankers of the Isam village. Now, I am not here to lecture anyone. I am a grumpy old Englishman, not a saint. However, I have been around long enough to spot a glaring contradiction when I see one. Besides, the contradiction in Isan is as wide as the Mekong River. On one hand, you have the moralising, the public preaching about family honour, about the shame of sex work, about the disgrace of a daughter who marries a foreigner for money. It is all very dramatic. The village elders shake their heads, the aunties gossip, and the community collectively performs its ritual of condemnation. They will tell you that a woman's reputation is her most valuable asset. Nevertheless, ask yourself this: if reputation is so valuable, why do the families with the shamed daughters always seem to have the best houses? This is the myth of the moral high ground. Society preaches status publicly, but it is bought privately. The brand new Isuzu truck is not paid for by selling a few sacks of rice. It is paid for by a daughter who, let us be honest, is not working at a 7-Eleven in Bangkok to afford that kind of cash. It is the quiet trophy of a shamed daughter. The family accepts the cash, the new roof, the electricity bill paid on time, and the village accepts the new temple donation. Then they maintain a facade of ignorance. It is a beautiful system, really, if you have no moral qualms about the whole thing. As long as the money keeps flowing, the whispers remain just whispers. So why do these women do it? Why would anyone put themselves through the psychological toll of being the family's primary breadwinner while simultaneously being treated as a social outcast? The answer lies in something deeply embedded in Thai culture. It is called Bunkhun. Now, Bunkhun is a beautiful concept in many ways. It is about gratitude, about recognizing the debt you owe to your parents for bringing you into the world and raising you. It is a powerful, binding force that mandates that a daughter must repay her parents, and she must do so at any cost. In traditional Isaan culture, sons can earn merit for their parents by becoming a monk, even for a short time. It is a relatively simple transaction. The son gets his head shaved, spends a few months in the temple, and the parents earn merit. The daughters, however, have a different role. They are expected to be the primary income earners, to take care of the needs and welfare of the whole family. There is a proverb you hear sometimes around here. Women are pawns in times of need. It is a harsh saying, but it reflects a grim reality. In some villages, daughters are cast in the role of caretakers, expected to become the family's financial safety net. It is not just about sending a little money home for a birthday present. It is about building the house, paying the debts, and ensuring the family survives. Therefore, you have these young women, often from disadvantaged backgrounds with limited education, facing a choice. They can stay in the village and work in the rice paddies, earning a pittance and watching their families sink deeper into debt. On the other hand, they can head to Bangkok, to Pattaya, to Phuket, or even get on a plane to Europe, America, or the Middle East and send home the kind of money that transforms lives. It is not a choice made out of greed. It is a choice made out of survival. It is, in a cruel twist, a survival strategy rebranded as sin. Let us talk about that grey money flow for a minute. I want to trace it from the source to the village because it is quite a journey. It starts in the red light districts or overseas work placements, often in the service or entertainment industries. The young woman works, sends a portion of her salary home, and gradually the family's circumstances improve. First, the family pays off the debts. Then they renovate the old wooden house or build a new one from concrete. Then comes a pickup truck. Then perhaps a small plot of land. This is not just remittance, it is a flood of capital which reshapes the village economy. It bypasses the Thai nation's state institutions and agencies that have inadequately addressed the disadvantageous position of the Isaan region. The money builds the schools, funds the temple renovations, and keeps the local noodle shop in business. The shamed daughters are, in effect, the infrastructure investors of the Isaan village. Yet they remain outcasts. It is a fascinating social contract. The community in a way weaponizes gossip to keep these women in their place. They remind the daughters that they are dirty and they have fallen in the mud, to keep them from demanding respect or a seat at the table. They are kept in their place even as they fund the place. It is the ultimate case of having your cake and eating it, is it not? Now, you might think the Thai government or the Buddhist institutions would have something to say about this. Besides, you would be right. They do say a lot. They deliver a lot of sermons about morality, about sin, about the dangers of the flesh trade. However, ask yourself this: what are they actually doing? The reality is that the Thai state and religious institutions benefit immensely from this shadow economy without providing any meaningful protection for the workers. Criminalising prostitution does not lower the odds of women and girls engaging in commercial sex. It just legally marginalises them from receiving the necessary social and health care support. They moralise against sex work to distract from the lack of viable rural career paths. It is a convenient smokescreen. Instead of addressing the systematic failure that makes selling reputation the most rational financial decision for a young woman from a poor Isaan village, they blame the women themselves. I have met young women who made the heartbreaking choice to go into this line of work because it was literally the only option to keep their family from starving. They are not being immoral. They are the sole breadwinners in a system that has failed them. Yet the system judges them harshly, all while cashing the checks they send home. It is enough to make a chap spit out his tea in disgust, honestly. However, here is where things get interesting. We are living in 2026 and the world has changed. The digital economy and social media are finally giving these daughters a public voice. They are no longer isolated, suffering in silence. They are connecting, sharing stories, and, crucially, they are challenging the old hypocrisies. There is a shift happening. It is a quiet rebellion, but it is profound. You see it in the way younger generations are starting to talk about money and dignity. The shame is fading. It is being replaced by a defiant attitude. I earned this money, I built this house, and I refuse to be ashamed of it. They are starting to question the entire deal. Why should they continue to fund a society that rejects them? Why should they subject themselves to the weight of Bunkhun when their parents and their community treat them with such contempt? This is the breaking point of the traditional facade. The old system worked because it kept the women quiet and the money flowing. Nevertheless, if those women decide that they have had enough, if they decide to stop being the invisible bankers, what happens to the Isaan village? I will tell you what happens. The rice farming is not going to save them. The government is not going to save them. The loans will default, the houses will crumble, and the new trucks will be repossessed. The entire fragile economy built on the backs of these shamed daughters will collapse. It makes you wonder, does it not? Who is really the disgrace? The daughter doing what she must to survive and support a family, or the society that forces her to do it, then spits on her for it? It is a question that the Isaan village is going to have to answer for itself, and I suspect the answer is going to be a very uncomfortable one. Before I leave, let me share a little story. I was having a beer at a tiny roadside store a few weeks ago, the kind with the plastic stalls that are always about to give way. The woman running the store, a lovely woman named Noi, had just come back from a stint in South Korea. Now, Noi is exactly the kind of woman I have been talking about. She worked in a factory in Seoul for 5 years, sent almost every baht home to her mother, and built a new kitchen on the back of the family house. Her mother is proud as punch. She shows off the kitchen to everyone. However, I have also heard the whispers. Oh, she went to Korea to do what? She is not a factory worker, is she? You know what she really does? Besides, there is Noi, smiling, serving me my beer, looking at the house she built with her own hands. She is not ashamed. She is wary. She told me with a wry smile, Farang, my mother thinks I am an ATM. I think I am the one who keeps a roof over our heads. It struck me then. They call her a disgrace, but she is the one who rebuilt the kitchen. They gossip about her, but they drink the beer she paid for. It is the ultimate irony, is it not? So, what is the point of all this? Why am I, a grumpy old Englishman, grumbling about the economics of Isaan villages? Because I think it is high time we stop pretending. The hypocrisy is staggering. The society that claims to cherish moral values is kept afloat by the very people it condemns. The daughters of Isaan are not just victims, they are the silent engine of the entire region. They are the ones who, through incredible sacrifice, are building a future for their families. They are paying the debts, raising the children, and funding a traditional lifestyle that would otherwise have collapsed under the weight of its own poverty. What's more, for this they are shamed. The truth is, these women are not the problem, they are the solution. They are the resilient, determined, and quietly powerful force that is keeping the Isaan dream alive. Besides, if the village wants to keep dreaming, they might just want to start showing a little more gratitude to the women who make those dreams possible. Now, I've said my piece. I am curious to hear what you think. Do you agree? Have you seen the dynamic in your own family or community? Drop a comment below and let us have a proper chat. Do not forget to like and subscribe, as it helps this algorithm and keeps me motivated. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your wits about you, and remember, the person you love to judge might just be the one paying your bills. Take care. Bye bye.